Hello, everybody. Groovyouverse coming to you here today with day number 5 of my self-love challenge, and I have a lot to share. Um, and it does kind of hit home just a little bit. And today's affirmation that I had to think about as I did get up at 7 a.m. this morning. I'm proud of myself and all that I have accomplished. Now, I could read this and just make it as a motivator, but I really felt that I needed to actually dig deep and really understand my accomplishments. And it's more than just my job and career. It's also these small little things that I've done in my life. And I guess we could start back when I don't know, I remember being like around 10 years old. My mom actually taught me how to sing a little bit. And I actually managed to stand in front of people and sing. And if it probably wasn't for that moment, now that I think about that, I probably wouldn't be able to really open up or, have the confidence to talk to everyone out there that's listening to this recording. As I grew older, I continued to go through some hard times where I didn't actually get to be with my mother. I lived with my father and my stepmother, and not always do we always see things eye to eye, but I still managed to push through. I wouldn't say it's a rough childhood, but it definitely had its emotional impact. And so, growing up further, my dad actually had a candy machine business, and I accidentally broke the computer, and I was like around 13 years old. But um, as soon as I turned 14, I actually started researching how can I fix this computer? Like, what can I do? And I tinkered with it, I played with it, and sure enough, I was able to actually figure it out. I was able to actually to insert some discs, try things out, and actually get everything running again, all on my own. And it probably there is what sparked my interest to further understand how computers work. And I got into the tech industry where I am now. But before I jump ahead of myself, you know, going further into to the computers, like I was so dedicated to fix things. I actually had a full tower desktop in one hand while I was riding my bike, holding the handlebar with the other, and I was trying to take it to a friend of mine to help me fix the computer, make sure I did everything right. And I really took a lot of dedication to really make sure that I got it done. A lot of that, I was very determined. And my love for computers just grew from that point. Moving into to my junior high and high school years, one of the most prominent things that has happened in my life during those years was when I started learning clarinet. And I got into the marching band. When playing in the marching band, it took a lot of work. We had to, during the summer, I had to, learn to deal with the heat, wear the costumes, um, and really try to, put on a great performance, during the band reviews. And we always won sweepstakes, which was amazing. And if you're curious what school that is, it's the Fairfield High School, the Scarlet Brigade Marching Band. And it was directed by uh, the late Russell Campbell, who was a phenomenal music director, but he passed away maybe about six 6+ years ago. Um, and then there's also Louise Jacob, Ms. Jacobs. That's what we used to call her, and she was a very strong leader when it came to marching bands, and I really was striving to be like her. Um, and what made her really unique is that she actually commended um, this one student who actually got into the music industry, but she was making a lot of rap music. And she's like, you know what? I'm super proud of her because she is taking what she's learned in this music class to make music. And that's exactly what we need in this world. And when she said that, I was like, wow. Like, things may not flow with you, but it will flow with everybody else. And people work hard on that. And at that point, that's when I realized to kind of humble my views about things and not prejudge people just based on their music that they listen to. Um, right after high school, I actually marched as alumni in the 2000 Rose Bowl parade, uh, which was a really great time. At that time of my life, got to go to Disneyland, of course, but marching that entire route and still playing strong. It took so much energy, and it really pushed in terms of how hard we work. Then, after high school, I wasn't really making the cut in terms of, you know, exams. My grades were really low. I actually had a job along with high school, and my grades fell even further. So I got into Heald College, which is a vocational school and is no longer in business. But they gave me a degree and professional insight in terms of how I can be in the workforce for, you know, like computer technology and whatnot. And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have met some fantastic people. I've met a few friends along the way, and I still talk to a couple of them today. And talking to them really actually kind of helped me see deeper into people's qualities and their what they're able to accomplish. I didn't think I'd be friends with these people. I really didn't. But here I am today talking with one of the instructors who was the dean, and I'm still able to talk to her. And then there's my other friend. I don't want to mention their names, but who was a student, and she and I, were really close at one point, and we fell off track where I didn't communicate to her, and I could have kept the friendship, but I didn't. I took my relationship over the friendship, and I contacted her recently, last month as a matter of fact, and it was so beautiful to talk to her, and it made me realize that that what everything I've always said, like you know if people are true friends, then they can understand what you go through, and I really do value her as a true friend, and I hope she does too. um After Hill College, I got into some other jobs where I was laid off at one point, and I actually had to go jobless for a whole year and a half. um then I had to go into retail, which was horrible. But then I managed to actually end up at the Academy of Art University and worked there for 6 years. Now, me as a person when it comes to career, I am very determined. I like to work hard. And I want to make sure that things are done correctly. And so I was getting written up though because I wasn't getting any of the procedures done. I kept on messing up left and right, and I couldn't figure out why. But I was able to overcome that. At the time, I met somebody, and he helped me learn about my apnea, and I was able to get over these issues. And I went from a technician to a level 2 to a supervisor, and climb up the ladder, because I really truly felt for these students and I really put my neck out for them. When they call into our support line. Um, some management changed, some whistleblowers as well in terms of what was going on, because slow nights people will kind of like be a little bit lax, and I hired this one manager that kind of made things very difficult for me, and um, he was definitely more experienced than I was, but I felt that I brought a quality to help keep people together and keep the peace and harmony with our team. But he felt different, and he felt that I had to rule with an iron fist, and I couldn't agree with that. So I left Hill College, and unfortunately I burned my bridge with that one, because they ended up reporting me to HR and saying that I'm not doing my job correctly, and even though I had my reasons, to rebuttal, they didn't listen to me. So I never felt that they had my back after being with them for 6 years. But at the time, my boyfriend was finding a new job for me, and he did. And before I left the Academy of Art, I landed this other job, and I'm not going to mention the name right now, but it was a startup tech company with internet security, and I started off as a support technician, getting reduced pay, and they were like, "Well, this is not a supervisor position. Are you going to be okay with that? You're going to get reduced pay." And I said, "Yes, I would actually like to go with this." And that was probably one of the biggest accomplishments that I've had starting in my life moving forward at that point. And it grew. I'm still at this company for 6 years, moving into 7. And I've learned so much that managers, there can be friendly. Coworkers can be friendly. There's culture. And there was so much that I missed, that I can't believe that I missed these things. And it just really just kind of shows that I was actually having this very narrow view of the world. But still, adding to the accomplishments, I'm still able to maintain the job. Um, After a few years, I then got promoted to a technical account manager, where I was like a exclusive representative for our customers and our products. And they liked the way how I was able to communicate over the phone, how I'm able to explain things to people with empathy, compassion, and understanding, and trying to keep under pressure, keep cool under pressure. And at that point, that's when I started doing some presentations, how to use our products, and it migrated from there to where now I'm a motion graphics designer. And this is probably one of the happiest, best jobs I've ever had in my life. And I don't know what can top it. And the sky's the limit, I'm sure. And maybe I don't want to top it, but it's it's been a really long road to get here, but I finally made it here after 13, 14 years. Even longer than that. 20 years actually of suffering, no money, without a job, working in retail till I was sick to the bone. Um, and I'm very thankful for that. One other thing that I actually thought about is my stepdad's karaoke system. He was running a DJ service with karaoke, but he always had to load the CDs into the machine, and I wanted to make it easier. So I managed to port all the discs um, into a computer and showed him how to look up the songs and then play them back. And he used a computer monitor and everything was just streamlined. But obviously, my stepdad's not really that computer savvy, so there was times I had to run to his rescue, which was okay. But um, I was really happy the fact that I was able to do that. And he fell in love with the machine, and um, really made some progress at that point. Um, and that's what I feel that within my life, these are like one of the highlights of my life, or some of the highlights of my life, where I've made these accomplishments. And there's definitely a lot more, and I definitely will share them with you. But it really may help me re-see myself, that these failures and accomplishments shaped me to the person I am today. And now I'm not only am I doing, motion graphics, I'm now doing tarot readings for everybody here. And it's such a rewarding experience with everything, and I want to share that with everybody. And there's I just wish that there was some people in my life that I can still share that with, like my father, who passed away about 10 years, I believe. I can't think of it right now, but he passed away from a heart attack, and he wasn't there to see me get into my new job. And um, he was pretty troubled, but I think that this is probably one of the most top accomplishments that I'm very thankful for. Um, is being able to have some closure with my father. I mean, he loved me and everything, and um, the last time I got to talk to him, he wanted to get into this business. It didn't go through, but I wanted to spend time with him, and I tried calling him just to see how he was doing. And that was the last time I spoke to him. But before that, I was able to tell him, some of the things that I felt that were wrong when I was a child, because there was definitely some really, some dark times, not between me and my dad, but in terms of how he was treated, and how he treated others. And I'm very happy the fact that I'm able to share that with him before he passed away, and finally tell him how I feel, and tell him that I love him very much, and I still love him very much. I miss him. I miss him every day. And everybody tells me that he's still around. He still follows me. He still looks over me, and I like to believe that. We don't know what it is after death, and I believe our consciousness does evolve into another plane of existence. And maybe he watched after me and my sister, because there's even things that my sister and I did for each other, to where we managed to accomplish things, and that's another conversation. But I always think about her and realize that um, that I'm happy to have her as my sister, and I'm so thankful to be in that family. So that's kind of what I have going on for that affirmation, I'm proud of myself and all that I've accomplished. And what that means to me is that I'm proud the fact that I've managed to um, I've managed to scope my life and be a person today to I feel that I can be even more understanding and empathetic to anybody that I meet, and be able to provide that um, the love and respect that people look for, and even if they don't give it back to me, at least I can still try to love and support people who may need it. Because just acknowledging something is a good thing. Just saying hi to somebody can actually make their day better. It's like the simpler things in life. Um, I'm gonna turn down this music here. That's enough of the music. So I just wanted some nice light piano music in the background, but I kind of got emotional there, and really actually kind of hiked up the senses. But yeah, I really, really thought deep about this one, and it's really actually what I needed too. I needed to hear myself say these things and make myself know that I'm more than what I think that I am. I've loved myself, obviously, and I believe that I'm capable of great things. And I believe I'm talented. I believe in a lot of things, but going through these accomplishments made me help realize again of of what I've endured. And, you know, in my future, I actually don't know what that's going to be heading to. But these are the things I thought about when I was taking my walk today, and it was a very beautiful day today. Um, you'll be able to see some of my pictures on Instagram under the same name, Groovyouverse. And um, today I actually had the chance to do some workouts on my upper body, but I didn't do a whole lot because I was kind of pressed for time a little bit. But I had my 25-pound dumbbells, and I started to work on my biceps, my triceps, and my chest. I tried to get into my shoulders, but since I haven't done this for so long, my arms started giving out a little bit, and they still feel pretty tense. It is right now. Um, in case you're wondering, I did 3 sets of 15 for my biceps as well as my triceps and my chest. Um, and they feel, I'm pretty sure I might feel them tomorrow because I feel it right now how kind of tense they are at the moment. And um, the funny thing is that after I did that workout, I went to go take my mother to Walmart, and I had this, I don't know, it almost felt like this surge of happiness come over me. And I was like, wow, what's happening here? And the only thing I think of is that I was getting that blood pumping hard today. More blood pumping into my brain. Hello, timekeeper. How you doing? Welcome to my video blog for my self love affirmation day 5. And I was walking around the store. I felt so good. I felt like I was 10 feet tall. That's how confident I felt. And it was such a great feeling, and I want to feel that some more. So I started looking around, and I wanted to, expand my gym a little bit to where I can actually get a really full body workout. Because I was going to build my gym slowly, but I felt that's going to cost me more money. A gift was given to me to where I'm able to actually um, go and purchase the equipment that I need. And I'm actually going to be seeing somebody tomorrow to where I'll be able to actually pick up a Bowflex to help me get that installed in my garage, and then um, and be able to get a full workout to where I can get toned. I can you know get more active, and I and it's really exciting, you know. Um, and after uh, actually tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna have to pick it up, but I have to do a lot of running around. I actually have to drive about an hour and a half in a rental truck to go pick it up because it's such a great deal. I didn't want to pass it up because Bowflexes almost costs almost a couple $1,000 depending on what model you get, and this one was like it was a used model, so it was definitely reduced. And I'll be able to show you pictures of that once I get it into the house tomorrow. Um, Another good news is that my glucose was actually down to 90, which is the range that my doctor wanted, which is between 90 and 130. Um, so far, I'm at 43 units of insulin right now, and I'm trying to really watch what I'm eating. And this morning, I actually had a really, kind of a decent breakfast: 2 slices of toast with 4 eggs and 4 pieces of bacon. And now I did 4 eggs because I wanted to be more of the protein of the eggs, and because I knew and I haven't worked out at the time yet, but I knew that come lunchtime I'm going to be needing it. Um, Now there is another thing that I've gotten from Walmart, um, and it's called the collagen peptides. Now I actually left the bottle back um, in the kitchen, but I'm going to show it to you when I actually post a video on the shakes that I make. But one thing that I wanted to do is get some healthy skin to make me feel good. It's supposed to really help you with your bones, your hair, but also help you with like tightening your skin, especially when I'm losing weight. I don't want to have some saggy skin. So one thing that can help it is use some collagen, and so I'll be able to use that in my shakes. And I was able to find it at my store for like $13, which is excellent. So I'm going to be using that, and I'll be able to, you know, let you know the results. And, um, we probably won't see results right away, obviously, but maybe after maybe 2 months of use, it might actually help see that, and I'll be able to take some pictures of that as well. So that concludes my video log for my 30 days of self-love for day 5. And tomorrow's going to be a big day. Now, as far as my affirmation goes, I pull up my notes here to get that affirmation. It is the affirmation is, where did it go? I had it in my notes. And of course, I had to close my notes. But tomorrow's affirmation is going to be: I live in abundance. I have a lot of energy to realize what I want. I have enough. So I'm gonna have to think about that tomorrow morning when I go for my walk, and probably start trying to jog sometime next week. Right now I'm just doing some walking because I actually did some squats yesterday, and something easy on the body and healthy would be chicken, bird meat. The stomach can process it easier as well. Yeah. As a matter of fact, so I try not to eat too much the bacon. We have a whole drawer of it. I'm just trying to get rid of it. But for my dinner, I actually do a really big, not too big, but I have a pretty decent portion salad that I actually put together. Green peppers, red peppers, onion, cucumbers, carrots, romaine, spinach, cheese, and I have a chicken breast, like some frozen chicken breasts that I cook in my air fryer, and then I chop that up and add it to my salad. And so far, like, I'm able to actually curve my appetite, especially when I'm drinking lots of water as well to help me with my hunger issues. Well, not issues, but um, I'm very determined to make sure that I have plenty of distractions when it comes to hunger. And I need some water. Excuse me. And so, um, yeah, it's gonna be a really busy day tomorrow. Uh, and I might be able to pop on sometime a little bit to probably do some tarot reading. But I definitely will have a tarot reading collaboration with Indigo Mermaid on Fridays. So I do invite everybody to join me in that one. And thank you very much for your kind words too, Timekeeper. I really appreciate that. So with that said, it's now 11:30 my time, and I need to be able to wake up early tomorrow. So thank you again, everybody, for joining me on this day 5 of the self love 30 days of self love. And this is Anthony signing out for the night. Good night. Namaste.